Time is a very crucial factor to manage. You can hear the clock is ticking. Hello guys, welcome to EduNation's YouTube channel. Today topic which I'm going to talk with you about how to manage your time. Time equal to life. What is it about? If you can manage your time properly, you could be able to manage your life in a successive way. If you fail to manage your time, on the other hand, you have failed to manage your life. This picture is a discussion with two ladies. One says, I always give 110% to my job. 40% on Monday, 30% on Tuesday, 20% on Wednesday, 15% on Thursday, and 5% on Friday. Is it true? This is the way of time management. Make sure you can't recycle your wasted time. You cannot get back your wasted time. Therefore, plan yourself. Therefore, plan your activities. What are main time wasters activities? Those are lack of planning, wrong priorities, interruptions, procrastination, lack of delegation, unnecessary telephone calls, emails, and internet. Continuation of time wasters, lack of organization and untidiness, not enough time for yourself, your disorganization, inability to say no, periods of inactivity. Some periods you get so busy, the most busy, but some periods you are not getting any that much of busy. You are trying to do too many things at once and your stress level. How can we manage in our time? What sort of plan or activity you can create in your own self? Let's go. Guys, here I'm going to suggest a small practical plan. What you have to do is take a piece of paper and write down your to-do list for a particular day. After that, divide them into most important to least important items. For each and every actions, assign time slot and write down what is the action you are going to fulfill those activities. Once you have started to work on your activities, try to get away from unnecessary emails, calls, chats and talkings. End of the day, you may have looked how far you have achieved, and again plan your next day. Guys, at least you have to try this at least for a month, then only you could be able to see the results. What are the benefits of effectively managing your time? You can gain them efficient, and you can improve your health. Ultimately, you can gain success of managing your time effectively. Guys, if you like to this video, please press the like button and don't forget to subscribe my YouTube channel EduNations, and please press the bell icon to get more videos. Thank you. How Vietnam has controlled COVID-19. Vietnam, which shares a 1,100 km long border with China, however, has only reported 268 infections and no fatalities since the outbreak began in January. Even if we consider these numbers with a dose of caution, one thing is clear: Vietnam has done a good job thus far in fighting the coronavirus. During the Tet New Year celebration at the end of January, Vietnam's government said it was declaring war on the coronavirus, although the outbreak at that time was still confined to China. However, This fight will depend on a lot of government funding and a stout public health system, which are two things that Vietnam lacks. Vietnam does not have the capacity to undertake South Korea style fight against coronavirus, which has so far involved carrying out 350,000 tests. The country's medical system is also limited. Nguyen Thanapong, the mayor of Ho Chi Minh City, a metropolis of 8 million people, said that the city's hospital have a total of 900 intensive care beds. An epidemic in city would easily overwhelm this capacity. To take the fight to coronavirus, Vietnam instituted rigorous quarantine policies and carried out complete tracing of all people who came in contact with the virus. These measures were implemented much earlier in the course of epidemic than in China, where lockdowns of entire cities were used as a last resort to keep the virus from spreading further. For example, in 12th of February, Vietnam put an entire town of 10,000 near Hanoi under quarantine for 3 weeks. At this time, there were only 10 confirmed COVID-19 cases in the entire country. Authorities also widely and meticulously documented anyone who potentially came in contact with the virus. Security officials or communist party spies can be found on every street and crossing in every neighborhood and in every village. The military is also deploying soldiers and material in the fight against coronavirus. This close surveillance largely keeps anyone from slipping through the net or evading regulations. And also, state-controlled media have also launched a massive information campaign. The Health Ministry even sponsored a song on YouTube about proper hand washing that has gone viral. What is their strategy of traced infected people? For an example, Western countries like Germany only documented those infected and their direct contacts, but Vietnam also kept track of second, third, and fourth levels of contact to infected person. All of these people were then placed under successively stringent levels of movement and contact restrictions. Vietnam is also applying a kind of war rhetoric in its fights against coronavirus. The premier has said every business, every citizen, every residential area must be a fortress to prevent the epidemic. This has hit a nerve with many Vietnamese who are proud of their ability to stand together in a crisis and endure hardships. The projected economic cost, which will hit Vietnam hard despite the low case numbers, have also been widely accepted by the population. According to the government figures, 3,000 businesses have closed in the first 2 months of 2020. Big conglomerates like Vingroup have shuttered dozens of hotels and resorts due to the drop in tourism, costing employees their jobs. To ease the burden, Vietnam's government has made $1.1 billion available to pump up liquidity into the economy. However, finance officials expect that tax revenues will dry up because of the crisis. The government is also calling for voluntary donations, and people are giving what they can because they believe in their government during this crisis and in the fight against coronavirus. Guys, if you like to this video, please press the like button and don't forget to subscribe my YouTube channel EduNations, and please press the bell icon to get more videos. Thank you. As the ripple of COVID-19 carries around the globe, it is forcing humankind to innovate and change the way we work and live. The upside of where we find ourselves right now is that individuals and corporations will be more resilient in post-COVID-19 world. Here are 7 predictions of what our world may look like once we have left the pandemic behind. Hello guys, welcome to EduNation's YouTube channel. More contactless interfaces and interactions. There was a time not too long ago when we were impressed by the touchscreens and all they enabled us to do. COVID-19 has made most of us hyper aware of every touchable surface that could transmit the disease. So in post-COVID-19 world, it's expected that we all have fewer touchscreens and more voice interfaces and machine vision interfaces. Prior to the pandemic, we saw the rollout of contactless payments options through mobile devices. However, with the increase in people wanting to limit what they touch, an option to pay for goods and services that does not require any physical contact is likely to gain traction. Machine vision interfaces are already used today to apply social media filters and to offer autonomous checkout at some stores. Expect there to be an expansion of voice and machine vision interfaces that recognize faces and gestures throughout several industries to limit the amount of physical contact. Number 2, AI-enabled drug development. The faster we can create and deploy an effective and safe drug to treat and a vaccine to prevent COVID-19 and future viruses, the faster it will be contained. Artificial intelligence is an ideal partner in drug development because it can accelerate and complement human endeavors. Our current reality will inform future efforts to deploy AI in drug development. Better monitoring using IoT and big data. We see the power of data in a pandemic in real time. The lessons we are receiving from this experience will inform how we monitor future pandemics by using Internet of Things technology and big data. National or global apps could result in better early warning systems because they could be report and track who is showing symptoms of an outbreak. GPS data could then be used to track where exposed people have been and who they have interacted with to show contagion. Any of these efforts require careful implementation to safeguard an individual's privacy and to prevent the abuse of data, but offer huge benefits to more effectively monitor and tackle future pandemics. Number 4, rise in esports. Sporting events, organizations, and fans have had to deal with the reality of their favorite pastimes being put on hold or season entirely cancelled due to COVID-19. But esports are thriving. There are even e-versions of F1 car racing on television, and although it might not be the same as traditional Formula 1 racing, it's giving people a sports outlet. Unlike mainstream sporting events, e-sporting events can easily transition online. On the contrary to events, I predict more hybrid sports coverage where physical events are complemented with digital offerings. Number 6, more online shopping. Although there were many businesses that felt they had already cracked the online shopping code, COVID-19 taxed the system like never before as the majority of shopping moved online. Businesses who didn't have an online option faced financial ruin, and those who had some capabilities tried to ramp up offerings. After COVID-19, businesses that want to remain competitive will figure out ways to have online services even if they maintain a brick and mortar location, and there will be enhancement to the logistic and delivery system to accommodate surge in demand, whether that's from shopper preference or a future pandemic. Number 5, telemedicine. Have you received the emails from your healthcare professionals that they are open for telemedicine or virtual consultations? To curb traffic at hospitals and other healthcare practitioners' offices, many are implementing or reminding their patients that consultations can be done through video. Rather than rush to the doctor or healthcare center, remote care enables clinical services without an in person visit. Some healthcare providers had dabbled in this before COVID 19, but the interest has increased now that social distancing is mandated in many areas. Number 7. Increased reliance on robots. Robots are susceptible to viruses, whether they are used to deliver groceries or to take vitals in a healthcare system or to keep a factory running. Companies realize how robots could support us today and play an important role in a post COVID 19 world or during a future pandemic. COVID 19 might be taxing our systems and patience, but it also building our resilience and allowing us to develop a new innovative solutions out of necessity. In a post COVID 19 world, I predict we will take the lessons handed us to by our time dealing with the virus and make our world a better place. What do you see in future? Thank you. Guys, don't forget to subscribe my YouTube channel and press the like button and bell icon to get latest updates. Hello guys, welcome to EduNations YouTube channel. Hello guys, how are you doing? Welcome back to EduNations. Today I'm going to discuss with you about 7 major skills which you need to improve your job prospects. Okay, here we go. Problem solving skills. A survey by the Society for Human Resource Management found that 37% of employers cited problem solving and critical thinking among the top soft skills that candidates were lacking. Applicants who can prove that they are able to think critically and find solutions to business problems will have a much better chance of being hired. Another skill that will be essential as our global economy rebuilds from the damage done by COVID-19 is critical thinking. During the pandemic, we have seen a spike in fake news and misrepresentations of data and studies as leaders, businesses, and governments are trying to shift blame and divert attention and proper scrutiny. People who can objectively evaluate information from diverse sources to determine what is credible will be valued. Not all information should be trusted, but organization will need to rely on critical thinking to understand what information should inform decision making. Skill number 2, data analytics. Data science and machine learning related jobs taken together represent 5 of the top 15 growing jobs in America today. Data scientists and workers who can analyze raw data to find trends and answer questions will be crucial to businesses as technology provides them with more data and information than ever before. As the fuel of the 4th industrial revolution, data is a critical asset for every company. With the right data, companies are able to better predict the impact of future business disruptions and are better able to serve customers with the right products and services during or after any pandemic. Companies that understand business trends and shifting customer needs are better able to respond in the right way should a future pandemic come along. However, the data is useless to a company unless there is a data literacy. People equipped with skills to understand the data and make better decisions because of it. Professionals with data literacy will be even more appealing to prospective employers than ever before. Skill number 3, emotional intelligence. Employers are seeking staff who possesses emotional intelligence or the ability to identify and manage one's emotions as well as the emotions of the others. A McKinsey study found that the demand for emotional skills across all industries in the United States will grow by 26% between 2016 to 2030. This soft skill allows workers to relate to others, recognize their own strengths and weaknesses, and also understand what a company clients are going through, making those with a high emotional intelligence an asset to employers. Closely linked to leadership is another skill that is even more important in uncertain and challenging times. At times when people might feel uncertain about their job and the future of their business, it is key to connect with the people on an emotional level. Individuals with a strong EQ will be coveted by organizations of all sizes and in all industries. Skill number 4: social media marketing. Specialists who are expert in search engine optimization, search engine marketing, and email campaigns are high in demand. Applicants with marketing and digital skills that can help companies build their brands will be very attractive to employers in the coming years. The coming months will not be easy for millions of people in the world. Reskilling via online courses will not be the highest priority. But as unemployed or furloughed workers begin to think about their next role and returning to work during this period of sheltering in place, they should consider evaluating their current skills and utilize online courses to develop new ones. While employers will have a large talent pool to choose from once the pandemic is over, applicants should do everything they can to reskill to become as attractive to employers as possible. Skill number 5: technology skills. One of the biggest traits that can be help employees survive in a post-coronavirus world is their ability to be tech savvy. The pandemic has brought about huge digital transformations. Employees are working from home, they are doing online meetings, and social media tools to connect professionally has become indispensable. According to experts, artificial intelligence, internet controlled operations, robotics, etc., will be the future that will help industries grow more resilient to pandemics in the future. Therefore, it is very important that people develop an aptitude to learn new technologies and develop the skills to use emerging tools in their work effectively. Skill number 6: adaptability and flexibility. One thing is for certain: the ways companies operate and work are going to change. The world was already changing rapidly, but the pandemic accelerated it. There will be few jobs for life. Someone that is going to succeed in a post-coronavirus world will need to be able to adapt to ever-evolving workplaces and have the ability to continuously update. The lockdown has brought about many changes in our lives, and there will definitely be more changes waiting for our way after the pandemic is over. The way offices functions, how we work will change, and with the work from home becoming a reality, the changes have already begun. People with the skills to adapt quickly to changes would be of great value to their workplaces. Skill number 7: leadership. One of the changes in the world that is heavily augmented by the support of machines, and where social distancing and home working might continue for the foreseeable future, is that more people at all levels of an organization will be in position where they lead others. The gig economy is only going to grow post-coronavirus, and people will be working in more fluent teams where people are taking the leads at different times. Professionals with strong skills in leadership, including how to bring out the best and inspire teams as well as to encourage collaboration, will be in demand. When a ship is in trouble, only an able captain can sail it through the troubled water. During this hour of crisis, people with strong leadership qualities can be lead a team to success. Industry experts are predicting work from home to be the next big thing. Already many tech giants have asked their employees to work from home till the end of 2020. So people with strong leadership skills who can manage team distantly, inspire teammates to work hard and bring out the best is others would be a safe bet for companies. So it's time for hone your leadership qualities. Guys, if you like to this video, please press the like button and don't forget to subscribe my YouTube channel EduNations, and please press the bell icon to get more videos. Thank you. Hello guys, welcome to EduNations YouTube channel. Hello guys, thank you for joining with EduNations with another video episode. what I'm going to discuss with you today. This is very important for your life. Many of them who are unable to fail in this area. The opportunity cost is very high if you are not selecting the proper pathway. So therefore, I'm going to discuss with you about what are the key areas that you need to be focused on when you are selecting right, correct and suitable study pathway for yourself. Okay, here we go. Number one, find what you're passionate about. Find what you're passionate about is the most critical factor when it's come to the learning, because many of them who are failing in this area. Therefore, find your inner interest. Based on that, you can start your learning. You may be passionate about drawings, cooking, mathematics, design, selling, researching and manufacturing, etc. Identify what you are capable of and go forward from that. If you are not selecting proper pathway, your opportunity cost is high and you will be suffering your entire life if you are not selecting suitable pathway for your studies. Number 2, talk to the expertise people in the selected area. Once you have identified what's your inner passion, and then find the expertise people in your selected area to get further advice. This is most important thing, because you need to know the future of selected field. What are the opportunities you have? What are the world trends? And what sort of qualification they are looking for enroll for the particular programs. Number 3, find good place to study. There'll be a lot of places and you need to find one of the best out of those. How? You can get the referrals from your friends and colleagues, and you can use social media platforms, you can visit the exhibitions and websites. Through that you can find the details, the place where you're going to study, and then you can visit relevant places and talk to the people, and you can have more idea about the place you are going to study. Number 4, plan your finance. When planning your finance, you may be self-financing or you are using your parents' money, or else you can get the help from financial institute in the private or government sector. Number 5, do continuous learning. Once after starting your studies, do your continuous learning further. Try to learn new things, try to do innovations, and don't be feared to fail. From the failing, you will be learning a lot of new things to your life.
I applied for Harvard for 10 times, rejected. When KFC came to China, come to my city,
You applied.
24 people went for the job. 23 people were accepted. I was the only one guy.
Guys, hope you have enjoyed this video, and when you are selecting a study pathway for yourself, highly concerned in these areas, because selecting suitable pathway is a good investment for your entire life. Okay, thank you again for joining with my video, and make sure to subscribe my YouTube channel, and you can find us through the Facebook and Twitter by typing EduNations, and make sure to press the bell icon. Thank you. The COVID-19 pandemic has changed the education forever. This is how. The COVID-19 has resulted in schools shut all across the world. Globally, over 1.2 billion children are out of this classroom. As a result, education has changed dramatically, with the distinctive rise of e-learning, whereby teaching is undertaken remotely and on digital platforms. Research suggests that online learning has been shown to increase retention of information and take less time, meaning the changes coronavirus have caused might be here to stay. Hello guys, welcome to EduNations YouTube channel. While countries are at different points in their COVID-19 infection rates, worldwide there are currently more than 1.2 billion children in 186 countries affected by schools closures due to the pandemic. In Denmark, children up to age of 11 are returning to nurseries and schools after initially closing on 12 March. But in South Korea, students are responding to roll calls from their teachers online. With this sudden shift away from the classroom in many parts of the globe, Some are wondering whether the adoption of online learning will continue to persist post-pandemic and how such a shift would impact the worldwide education market. Even before COVID-19, there was already high growth and adoption in education technology, with global edtech investment reaching US dollars 18.66 billion in 2019 and the overall market for online education projected to reach US dollars 350 billion by 2025. Whether it is language app, virtual tutoring, video conferencing, or an online learning software, there has been a significant surge in usage since COVID-19. How is the education sector responding to COVID-19? In response to significant demand, many online learning platforms are offering free access to their services, including platforms like Byju's, a Bangalore-based education technology, an online tutoring firm founded in 2011, which is now the world's most highly valued edtech company. Since announcing its free live classes on its Think and Learn app, Byju's has seen a 200% increase in the number of new students using its product, according to Mrinal Mohit, the company's chief operating officer. Alibaba's distance learning solution, DingTalk, had to prepare for a similar influx. To support large-scale remote work, the platform tapped Alibaba Cloud to deploy more than 100,000 new cloud servers in just 2 hours last month, setting a new record for rapid capacity expansion, according to DingTalk CEO Cheng Han. What does this mean for the future of learning? While some believe that the unplanned and rapid move to online learning with no training, insufficient bandwidth, and little preparation will result in a poor user experience that is unconducive to sustained growth. Others believe that a new hybrid model of education will emerge with significant benefits. I believe that the integration of information technology in education will be further accelerated and that online education will eventually become an integral component of school education, says Wang Tao, Vice President of Tencent. There have already been successful transitions amongst many universities. For an example, Zhejiang University in China managed to get more than 5,000 courses online just 2 weeks into the transitions using DingTalk is at Jeju. The Imperial College London started offering a course on the science of coronavirus, which is now the most enrolled class launched in 2020 on Coursera. Is learning online as effective? For those who do have access to the right technology, there is evidence that learning online can be more effective in a number of ways. Some research shows that on average, students can retain 25 to 60% more material when relearning online compared to only 8 to 10% in classroom. This is mostly due to the students being able to learn fast online. E-learning requires 40 to 60% less time to learn than in a traditional classroom setting because students can learn at their own pace, going back and rereading, skipping, or accelerating through the concepts as they choose. Nevertheless, the effectiveness of online learning varies amongst age groups. The general consensus on children, especially younger ones, is that a structured environment is required because kids are more easily distracted. To get full benefits of online learning, there needs to be concerted effort to provide this structure and go beyond replicating physical class lecture through video capabilities, instead using a range of collaboration tools and engagement methods that promote inclusion, personalization, and intelligence, according to Dawson Tong, Senior Executive Vice President of Tencent and President of its Cloud and Smart Industries Group. Since studies have shown that children extensively use their sense to learn, making learning fun and effective through the use of technology is crucial. According to Byju's Mrinal Mohit, over a period, we have observed that clever integration of games has demonstrated higher engagement and increased motivation towards learning, especially among young students. Guys, thank you for joining with EduNation's YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe my YouTube channel to get latest video updates. And your like, comment and share is much important for me. Thank you. Hello guys, welcome to EduNation's YouTube channel. Every leader knows that communication during a crisis is critical. When leaders communicate with urgency, transparency, and empathy, it helps people adjust to the constantly changing conditions crises bring. A tone of urgency encourages people to make quick decisions to mitigate harm. Transparency builds trust in leaders and conveys respect for employees by implicitly recognizing them as capable of coping with what is being shared. And showing empathy and conveying a compelling message, hope can foster resilience in facing the challenges that lie ahead. Guys, in this video I'm going to discuss with you about 5 tips for communicating with employees during crisis. Number 1. Communicate frequently. Most leaders need to communicate to staff far more often than they think is necessary. Frequent communication reduces fear and uncertainty and ensures that employees have heard the message. While leaders may experience fatigue from repeating core messages, they need to realize team members need to hear these messages multiple times. Different people may need to hear the messages in different ways and through different channels. Number 2. Provide safe channels for giving feedback. Organizational leaders must communicate the channels available to offer feedback and should emphasize how much they care about hearing from employees at all levels. Finally, leaders must periodically report what they are hearing from this feedback. Sharing careful summaries of the questions, concerns, and follow-up actions will increase trust in the leadership at this critical time. Number 3. Help employees work at home effectively. Employees who feel they have what they need to remain productive and successful while working remotely are more likely to be satisfied with their organization's overall response to the pandemic. Similarly, many employees may need help adjusting meeting time expectations based on specific family and childcare situations. And given the challenges associated with Zoom fatigue, managers may want to use telephone calls rather than video meetings when connecting for one-on-one call or small group discussions with people who know each other already. Number 4. Address concerns about job security. Understandably, people are worried about their jobs. Keeping this in mind, leaders should reassure team members that their employment is secure when this is indeed the case. When it is not, employees appreciate knowing all they can as soon as possible so they can plan accordingly. Airbnb's May 5 announcement that it would have make deep layoff is a good example of how to deliver such tough news in a timely and frank manner. Number 5. Provide a plan for the future. This one is undoubtedly related to employees' worries about their own jobs. Given the extraordinary crisis we are now enduring, it's hardly surprising that many people are anxious about their own organization's future and looks to leaders for cues. Therefore, when communicating, emphasize what is going well for the organization. Further, share as much as you can about your strategy and planning for the future. And be sure to recognize employees who have gone the extra mile to drive business results or help colleagues. It can have a positive ripple effect. Given how quickly and drastically the pandemic has changed people's personal and work lives and all the uncertainty that lies ahead, people are looking to their leaders are more than ever for guidance and support. As a leader, what you say and how you convey it will play a significant part in determining how your organization performs during these difficult times and after. Hello guys, welcome to EduNation's YouTube channel. The latest Google Assistant announcement is huge news for Android Auto. Google has recently announced that Google Assistant would be updated with support for third-party apps, essentially providing users with a more advanced and personalized experience. More specifically, Google has joined forces with developers of the 30 most downloaded apps on the Google Play Store to add deeper assistant integration, and these include Spotify, Snapchat, Twitter, and others. People do a lot more with their apps beyond simply opening and searching within apps, and we want to enable voice commands to those frequent tasks too, Google explains. Now you can do things like playing music, starting a run, posting on a social media, ordering food, paying back a friend, hailing a ride, the list goes on and on, all with just your voice. Starting today, you can try doing more using your voice with more than 30 of the top apps on Google Play available in English globally, with more apps coming. Since Google Assistant is an essential part of the experience behind the wheel, this new announcement is big news for Android Auto users too. Several of the apps that are getting deep assistant integration are already available on Android Auto, and this obviously opens the door to more advanced hands-free interaction when driving. For an example, in Spotify, Google Assistant will let you start playing specific mixes and playlists all by simply saying, "Hey Google, open Motivation Mix on Spotify." Needless to say, this Google Assistant update also allows drivers to do more with voice command behind the wheel. For example, with improved support for voice commands, app could end up being able to post new content such as Twitter or Snapchat, log an activity in activity tracking tools like MyFitnessPal, or even search for products in online stores, though this obviously isn't recommended behind the wheel. Google will also allow users to create custom shortcut phrases for all of these. So for example, if you want to play a specific mix on Spotify, you can just configure the command to be something like, "Hey Google, let's get the party started." Five predictions on the future of customer service. Growing customer expectations are forcing companies to rethink their approach to customer service. Technology is playing a big role in this shift, with connected devices, automation, and artificial intelligence enabling organizations to better address their customer needs. Experts predict that by 2020, 85% of all customer service interactions will be handled without the need for a human agent. However, with the development of an omnichannel customer service environment, it's critical for companies to anticipate changes in customer expectations, invest in their people, and adjust their tech strategy accordingly. From process automation to customer self-service enablement, here's what brands, executives, and service leaders need to know about what's on the horizon for customer service. Hello guys, welcome to EduNation's YouTube channel. AI will automate simple tasks. In a traditional contact center, frontline agents are burdened with many simple repetitive tasks that take away time from effectively servicing customers. Things like tagging and categorizing emails, responding to basic queries, and rerouting calls cost time and diminishes the overall job satisfaction among contact center reps. The major shifts towards use of machine learning will help automate many of these monotonous tasks. While basic service automation and workflow technologies have been around for years, proper machine learning gets better over time at optimizing how simple tasks are handled. This will have a substantial impact on bottom line profitability in a contact center. Fewer agents will be required to handle simple queries, and more agents will instead be able to focus on higher level service interactions that contribute to customer satisfaction, retention, and overall lifetime. Number two, agents will have more time. Leveraging AI, in the contact center increases the effectiveness of customer service departments by freeing up more time for frontline representatives. With the rise of empathy economy, the ability to do this is critical. Despite some advantages of employing basic chatbots and automated FAQ deflection tools, brands are realizing that what customers really need to be serviced in a way that addresses their pain points and solves their issues effectively. As AI alleviate mundane tasks for agents, they are able to spend more time with specific customers to make sure their needs are met, rather than rushing them out the door to handle the next ticket in the queue. Number three, social media and messaging will continue proliferating complaints. In today's mobile first economy, consumers are more connected than before. They don't wait to get home and write a Yelp review after a poor interaction. Instead, they post immediately to social media or complain directly via messaging apps. Some are even capturing their negative experiences through live video on platforms like Facebook and Snapchat. Social media is a double-edged sword in customer service as it allows brands to connect rapidly with customers while running the risk of making poor experiences more public. In the future, the barriers to entry for complaints will continue to decrease as functionality of social media evolves. 10 years ago, brands wouldn't even consider handling complaints through Instagram, for instance. Today, ignoring these channels comes with substantial risk of reputation and customer satisfaction. Greater connectivity means more customer touchpoints, and the results will be increase in volumes of inquiries and a growing burden on customer service teams. How brand address these channels will be critical in determining the success of their service operations over the next few years. Number four, customers will begin outsourcing service. When you think about customer service outsourcing, the typical image is of a call center rep in a foreign country rapidly handling queries. However, tomorrow's outsourcing looks quite different. A new trend is emerging, with customers being able to outsource their complaints and service needs to a third party. These customer service concierge services are already beginning to flourish, with companies like AirHelp and Service on the rise. With apps like Service, customers can log their complaint about a specific company, and Service will take care of the rest of the process on behalf of the customer. People will no longer have to spend time on the phone or even the few minutes it takes to write an email. These services will also become uh, proactive, taking it upon themselves to uncover ways in which customers have been wronged. AirHelp, for an example, will scan your entire email inbox to find all flight related emails and run an automated analysis to determine if any of those flights were delayed. If so, it automatically executes refund demands with each airline, recovering funds for customers that may have never even expected them. Concierge style services will look for things like missed flights, lost baggage, and other issues for which customer may be entitled with refunds. As a result, contact centers will be forced to step up their game. Concierge services will drive increased volumes of complaints and inquiries, and contact centers will need to implement technology and processes to handle this new wave of customer outsourcing their own service needs to professional third parties. Number 5, AI becomes a table stakes technology. To date, the approach to integrating automation into the contact center was focused on managing workflows, routing messages, using rules based engines, and providing FAQ responses. The major shift happening now is the adoption of practical machine learning and AI tools in the contact center. More and more companies are seeing beyond the hype and implementing real solutions using AI. For now, this adoption is being driven top down by executives and CEOs looking for ways to apply this new technology somewhere in their business. Obviously, customer service departments are on top of the list with their abundance of historical data to train AI algorithms and obvious ROI statement. This way, executives are driving a push towards AI because they see a clear benefits in this technology and also need relevant AI success stories to continue positioning their respective companies as a leaders in their space. However, as AI takes hold in the contact center, this motion will shift from top down assignment to a bottom up requirement. As customer service professionals learn to work with machine learning tools in their everyday job, AI will become a table stakes technology critical to any company that wants to remain competitive in the customer service space. By automating repetitive tasks and taking over mundane work, AI enables customer service agents to accelerate their career and perform at their best every single day. Much like a calculator for an accountant or an Excel model for an analyst, AI will become an indispensable tool for the customer service professionals of the future. Summary of what we have discussed up to now. Number one, AI will automate simple tasks. Agents will have more time. Social media and messaging will continue proliferating complaints. Number four, customers will begin outsourcing services. And number five, AI becomes a table stakes technology. Guys, thank you for joining with EduNations. Please subscribe, comment, and like as much as possible, and give you a genuine idea to improve my contents. Thank you. Time is a very crucial factor to manage. You can hear the clock is ticking. Hello guys, welcome to EduNations YouTube channel. Today topic which I'm going to talk with you about how to manage your time. Time equal to life. What is it about? If you can manage your time properly, you could be able to manage your life in a successive way. If you fail to manage your time, on the other hand, you have failed to manage your life. This picture is a discussion with two ladies. One says, I always give 110% to my job. 40% on Monday, 30% on Tuesday, 20% on Wednesday, 15% on Thursday, and 5% on Friday. Is it true? This is the way of time management. Make sure you can't recycle your wasted time. You cannot get back your wasted time. Therefore, plan yourself. Therefore, plan your activities. What are main time wasters activities? Those are lack of planning, wrong priorities, interruptions, procrastination, lack of delegation, unnecessary telephone calls, emails, and internet. Continuation of time wasters, lack of organization and untidiness, not enough time for yourself, your disorganization, inability to say no, periods of inactivity. Some periods you get so busy, the most busy, but some periods you are not getting any that much of busy. You are trying to do too many things at once and you're stress level. How can we manage in our time? What sort of plan or activity you can create in your own self? Let's go. Guys, here I'm going to suggest us a small practical plan. What you have to do is take a piece of paper and write down your to-do list for a particular day. After that, divide them into most important to least important items. For each and every actions, assign time slot and write down what is the action you are going to fulfill those activities. Once you have started to work on your activities, try to get away from unnecessary emails, calls, chats and talkings. End of the day, you may have looked how far you have achieved and again plan your next day. Guys, at least you have to try this at least for a month, then only you could be able to see the results. What are the benefits of effectively managing your time? You can gain the efficient and you can improve your health. Ultimately, you can gain success of managing your time effectively. Guys, if you like to this video, please press the like button and don't forget to subscribe my YouTube channel EduNations and please press the bell icon to get more videos. Thank you. How Vietnam has controlled COVID-19. Vietnam, which shares a 1,100 km long border with China, however, has only reported 268 infections and no fatalities since the outbreak began in January. Even if we consider these numbers with a dose of caution, one thing is clear: Vietnam has done a good job thus far in fighting the coronavirus. During the Tet New Year celebration at the end of January, Vietnam's government said it was declaring war on the coronavirus, although the outbreak at that time was still confined to China. However, this fight will depend on a lot of government funding and a stout public health system, which are two things that Vietnam lacks. Vietnam does not have the capacity to undertake South Korea-style fight against coronavirus, which has so far involved carrying out 350,000 tests. The country's medical system is also limited. Nguyen Thanapong, the mayor of Ho Chi Minh City, a metropolis of 8 million people, said that the city's hospitals have a total of 900 intensive care beds. An epidemic in city would easily overwhelm this capacity. To take the fight to coronavirus, Vietnam instituted rigorous quarantine policies and carried out complete tracing of all people who came in contact with the virus. These measures were implemented much earlier in the course of epidemic than in China, where lockdowns of entire cities were used as a last resort to keep the virus from spreading further. For example, in 12th of February, Vietnam put an entire town of 10,000 near Hanoi under quarantine for 3 weeks. At this time, there were only 10 confirmed COVID-19 cases in the entire country. Authorities also widely and meticulously documented anyone who potentially came in contact with the virus. Security officials or communist party spies can be found on every street and crossing in every neighborhood and in every village. The military is also deploying soldiers and material in the fight against coronavirus. This close surveillance largely keeps anyone from slipping through the net or evading regulations. And also, state-controlled media have also launched a massive information campaign. The Health Ministry even sponsored a song on YouTube about proper hand washing that has gone viral. What is the strategy of traced infected people? For an example, Western countries like Germany only documented those infected and their direct contacts, but Vietnam also kept track of second, third, and fourth levels of contact to infected person. All of these people were then placed under successively stringent levels of movement movement and contact restrictions. Vietnam is also applying a kind of war rhetoric in its fight against coronavirus. The Premier has said every business, every citizen, every residential area must be a fortress to prevent the epidemic. This has hit a nerve with many Vietnamese who are proud of their ability to stand together in a crisis and endure hardships. The projected economic cost, which will hit Vietnam hard despite the low case numbers, have also been widely accepted by the population. According to the government figures, 3,000 businesses have closed in the first 2 months of 2020. Big conglomerates like Vingroup have shuttered dozens of hotels and resorts due to the drop in tourism, costing employees their jobs. To ease the burden, Vietnam's government has made $1.1 billion available to pump up liquidity into the economy. However, finance officials expect that tax revenues will dry up because of the crisis. The government is also calling for voluntary donations, and people are giving what they can because they believe in their government during this crisis and in the fight against coronavirus. Guys, if you like to this video, please press the like button and don't forget to subscribe my YouTube channel EduNations, and please press the bell icon to get more videos. Thank you.